Hey foodies, thanks for watching. I want to show you how to make wraps. Soft, chewy, gluten-free, vegan, nut-free wraps. And I'm going to start by heating up my skillet pan. Now I've got a nice large skillet pan here. If you just have a regular pan, that's fine too, that'll work. And I'm just going to turn that on. And I'm going to turn that on low. And then over in my mixer, now you can use a mixing bowl with some beaters, that's fine. You can even use a spoon. I use the stand mixer because I find that just makes things a lot easier. It makes my life easier. So I'm going to start by putting in my Frankie's gluten-free all-purpose flour blend. And I'm going to put in a pinch of salt. And I find the salt just brings out the flavor. You don't have to put in the salt, but it does help. And then you need your fat. And I'm using a vegan butter this time. And then I'm going to put in most of my water. And I'm using hot water. And I find using hot water is the key. That's what's going to make it really gel up and really emulsify, and well, not emulsify, it's going to make it really gel up and get that bit of stretchiness. So I'm going to put my paddle in, and we're going to mix this up. Okay, I'm going to add in a bit more water. There we go. I've still got some water left. You want to add just enough water to bring it together. And you can see it's just starting to pull together, which looks perfect. I may even add just the last little bit, just to help pull all that flour in again. And look at that come together. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, and it smells so good. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to turn these down to a medium heat. You can see the pan is actually smoking, and you want it to be nice and hot because you want it to be a nice, quick, hot cook. I'm going to put this down and out of the way, because next we're going to just roll these out. Oh, nice and soft, this dough. Drop that in there. Gonna massage it a little bit, and you can see like I'm working it, but it's not sticking to the counter. Isn't that nice? Okay, so I want to divide this probably into, let's say 8 to start. So half would be 4. There, I'll just set those aside. There we go. Now, I find when rolling out wraps, I like to use a silicone mat. And this silicone mat has gotten a lot of use out of it, which is exactly what silicone mats should. You should use them lots. They're great. Now, I'm rolling that up. I'm going to flatten it out. Some of my bench flour or some extra gluten-free flour here, and I'm just lightly dusting that. I'm going to roll this out to as flat as I can make it. A little bit more flour, I think. And because we added that extra water, it's okay to add the flour. You're not going to get a overly dry wrap. And in a moment, you're going to see why I like using silicone. Okay, so that's that. Grab a small knife, and I need to cut a circle. You can use a plate for this, but you can also just freehand it. That was a little wibbly wobbly, but I mean, it's a wrap. It's going to be food. There we go. Oh, come on, last little bit. Don't be difficult. Okay, and then I just take this and peel it off, and that goes on like that. And then the reason I like using my really large skillet pan, and I'm going to turn it down even more, just a bit more, that thing just holds the heat. Because I can have two going at the same time and not have to wait for too long. A little bit more dust on this. Not dust. Dust. A little bit more flour. You can see it's time to flip it. Oh yeah, that's way too warm, so let's turn it right down. I left that first one on too long. Okay, so I've got a tea towel here. I'm just going to lift that off. Because it's a little charred on one side, but it's a little less charred on the other, that's fine. They're going to even themselves out. Okay, let's try this again. On. That's better. Roll it out. Now, if you don't have a silicone mat, you could always use plastic wrap. That works really well. Same as parchment paper, that'll work. Oh, time to flip that one. That's what it needs to look like. And then look at the bubbles coming up. Isn't that great? There we go. I'm almost done rolling this out. I'm going to take this one off, slide it in there. They're going to keep each other warm. This one flips over. Oh, that looks beautiful. And I think I found my groove. So this recipe you can double, you can triple, you can quadruple, you can quintuple. And what's nice about it is if you make big batches of it, just pop them in the freezer, flash freeze them, and you've got wraps whenever you want them. You just have to heat them up in the microwave to thaw them, and then you've got your own homemade wraps. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of these, and we'll see what they look like at the end. See you in a moment. Last one. Okay, I'm going to shut the heat off. Move these over to here. Oh, these look so good. Let's take a look. I'm going to shut off the hood. There we go. Let's take a look. Now, the first one, yeah, I had overcooked. Let's see how much it softened. So I'll flip these right over. Like, look at that. It's just still bendy, pliable. Oh. And in my house, we don't call things burnt. We call them caramelized. So maybe that's your new word when you overly caramelize something for dinner. It's caramelized. It's not burnt. Well, I want to make a wrap, so I'm just going to grab one at random. And over here, I've got some chicken, some green onions, and some cucumbers. Let's grab another knife. I'm just going to slice the chicken. That's good. The cucumber, you got to have a bit of crunch in your wrap or your sandwich, I find. And that onion just gives it a little bit of zing. Okay. So I'll grab a knife. And I've got a homemade mayonnaise here. Oh, it smells so good. And I'm going to go just like that. So covering 2/3 of the center with my mayonnaise. There we go. And some leftover chicken. I probably didn't even need this much. Oh well, a little extra doesn't hurt. And then my cucumber and my onion. I was going to put tomato on, but alas, I don't have any tomatoes. Okay. And then give it a wrap. Pardon the pun. There we go. And bon appetit. Let's see what this tastes like. I've always loved the chewiness of this recipe, of these wraps. I mean, the wraps, they chew, they've got flexibility. I mean, they're holding up really nicely. I mean, yes, things are falling out of the top. But nothing's coming out the bottom. As I folded it right up, it doesn't break. I can pinch it a little bit. It's nice. It's the perfect wrap. I mean, I can't really say much else about this. So, if you're looking for the recipe, you can visit GlutenFreeGuy.ca. You can also follow me on any of these social media channels. And coming up next is this. And that, my friends, is a wrap.